Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, the one good thing this past week is Mother Nature decided to turn down the old thermostat a little bit and get back to normal type of weather for this time of year. And also the good thing is that some areas picked up some much needed rainfall on Friday. That definitely impacted the number of fishermen that have been going out. But this weekend, a lot of folks went out, hit the water, and had a lot of success in various locations around the state. The Missouri River continues to do well. As you found out from the NWT tournament, a lot of fish being caught up in that area. And also further south in the river, a lot of nice quality fish being caught up and down the river. As far as area lakes are concerned, up in the northeastern part of the state, the lakes that produced walleye this past week included Wabae, Bitter, Goose, Indian Springs, Lynn, Opitz, also Three Buck, Big Stone, Reeds, Dry Lake by Florence, and then also Long. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that have been producing walleyes continue to do so, especially Dry by Willow Lake and then also Thompson. Otherwise, some of them have really kind of tapered off a little bit, other than the trophy lake known as Twin. That continues to do well. The other lakes, as I alluded to, include Ponset, Sinai, 81 Ponds, Goldsmith, Beaver, as well as Vermilion. Now, what are guys doing to catch a lot of those walleyes this past week? Again, a lot of people are snap jigging. And again, this is the really getting into the prime time of the year to do that. Otherwise, people are pulling bottom bouncers with spinners, with crawlers. Slow death has been really working well the past couple of weeks, as I mentioned before. And then also guys are pulling crankbaits and covering a lot of water. Some of the crankbaits people are using, the Hornets is probably the most popular. And then also we have the shaky shads. And then if you get into deeper water, as you found out with the NWT, a lot of people are pulling flicker minnows, and then also the reapers from Walleye Nation Creation, and then also deep husky jerks have been working well, so keep that in mind. And as far as the perch bite around the area, that's starting to pick up a little bit now. Some of the lakes that produce perch include Wabae, Bitter, Indian Springs, Big Stone, Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Thompson, and then also a few being caught at Twin, Scott Slough, Ponset, and then also Sinai. Now, what have guys been doing to catch the perch? Really, they're catching them by accident in many locations. They're trolling with crawlers, and then they catch a perch, and then they stop and anchor at that point in time to see if there's more than just one perch around the area. There's a lot of jigging going on. Also, a lot of slip bobber fishing. Using small hooks and even small jigs. Drop chain jigs have worked really well. Those include the Haleys, Pilkies, and then also the drop chain Castmasters have been doing a trick lately as well. As far as bait, waxworms and small minnows or small pieces of nightcrawler have done the trick. In this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about trolling rods because there's a number of different trolling rods on the market, but we're not going to get into specifics as far as what kind of or what manufacturer rods you should be using, but what lengths of rods you should be using. The whole key is, folks, is that if you're the only person in the boat, it really doesn't matter what length of rods that you're using, but if you're dealing with multiple people in the boat, it's good and best to have different lengths of rods to allow you to be further away from the boat and minimize the potential for tangling with the different plugs that you may be using at that point in time. So for myself, I have 10-6 rods as well as 5-foot rods, and then I also have a few 8-6 rods. So if I have, let's say, myself and my two boys in my boat, I'll have the 10-6 rods out front, the 8-6 rods in the middle, and then the 5-footers, the shorties, the stubbies as they're called, out the back. And we have a great selection of those different length rods. We have the 10-6 and the 5-footers in stock right now. In the next week, we'll have more of the 8-6 footers as well. So again, the most popular rods right now seem to be the 5-footers, and we have a great price on 5-foot rods, less than $50 on hand right here at the store. So don't hesitate to stop on by. If you're looking for 5-foot rods or even the 10-6 rods right now, a great selection of rods are available here at the store at Dakota Angler at 1120 East Benson Road. And don't hesitate. If you've never used different length rods, stop on by, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But again, by having those different lengths of rods will help you get further away from the boat and help you minimize the potential for, let's say, trouble or issues when you have reeling into fish or even reeling into crankbait. So again, stop on by, take a look at the great selection, and don't hesitate to check us out online at dakotaangler.com and order the rods through there. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And folks, as I wrap up this week's report, I want to remind you that if you hear of anything that's on the report that confuses you, or you really don't understand that well, or something that you hear out on the lake, feel free to give us a call to have your questions answered, or stop by the store. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you learn that latest technique or how to use that jig or that piece of equipment. So again, don't hesitate to stop on by and ask us the questions. If you can't make it to the store, give us a call at 605-336-9132. Also, another great way to stay informed of all the latest happenings here at the store is through social media, through Facebook, through Twitter, Instagram, and then also Snapchat. All different ways that you can stay up to date. And also, don't forget to shop online at DakotaAngler.com. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report for Dakota Angler. I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. And again, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope all of you stay healthy and stay safe.